We recently received a question as to what someone should do when they have an employee retiring or leaving the company, and what measures they should take in SharePoint and Forms and Office 365 in general. So we'll be going over that today. You might notice this format is different from videos we've done in the past. That's because this is a clip from our monthly office hours, where we help people with any sort of questions they might have that they've submitted either through YouTube comments or on our website. We have a link in description if you'd like to check out more.
So I was just going to show a couple different things. So first of all, if I were this is in a test tenant, and if I wanted to delete Mike's user, I could come in and open that user up and go delete user, and you get a couple different options. One is to give another user access to Mike's OneDrive. And so if I click this and enter a user in, so let's say I want to give it to Mitch, this would enable Mitch then for 30 days, because if you notice, his OneDrive will get deleted in 30 days no matter what. But it will give Mike access to those Mitch access to those OneDrive files for 30 days. The expectation is they're going to pull that content off from OneDrive and put it somewhere else. So that's one thing. And then the second is giving access to his mailbox. So what this is actually going to do is it's going to create a shared mailbox instead of having a user mailbox. And that mailbox will be shared with another person, right? So after I got done with this, I would need to then go out and share that shared mailbox with someone else. But if I were to click delete, it would delete his user. It would release all of his other resources, and this other content would be available to other people. So that's one piece of it. The other way, or another option, so let's say that your process is not to delete the user immediately. Maybe to start with, you just block sign in and disable sign out of all sessions and maybe reset the password, let's say, right? So in this particular case, you can kind of do the same thing. So under OneDrive, there's an option to create a sharing link. So if I create a sharing link, that's going to basically allow me to send that link to whoever I want, and they would then have access to edit or view the content that's in his OneDrive or her OneDrive. And it's the same thing with mail. I can go in and convert this user's mailbox into a shared mailbox and give other people access. So you're basically doing the same kind of things that you can do in the delete process. We recommend the delete process unless you have some reason to keep the user around. So maybe they're just taking a leave of absence and you don't really want to delete the account. Maybe you just want to remove it for an extended period of time or lock people out from it. That would maybe be another reason to do one of the other scenarios. What I talked about just now really only addresses OneDrive and Exchange. Other questions are like SharePoint or Power BI or Power Apps or Power Automate or any of these other services. How do we deal with those? In almost all those cases, the admin center for those tools allows you to do something. So as an admin in SharePoint, I can go to a site. Let's say there's a site that only this person was an owner of, and I need to give another person to be ownership of, which first of all, we recommend having multiple users be an owner to start with. Then you won't have a problem where you lose complete access. But if you did, we would recommend you would go into the SharePoint Admin Center, and then from the SharePoint Admin Center, which I can actually show you here, from the SharePoint Admin Center, you can find the site that you're dealing with. So I can go to any of these sites. Oh, and I didn't mean to click on it that way. To click on here and then go to permissions and go to the admins and add an additional admin. For Teams, it's the same kind of thing. You can go to the Teams Admin Center. Some other ones like Power Apps and Power Automate, the Admin Center doesn't always allow you to give access the way you want. You may have to use PowerShell, but it's a very similar kind of concept. Basically, after the fact, after the user's deleted, those things are orphaned and you can reassign ownership to those resources.
Thanks so much for checking us out today. We really appreciate all of your views. If you are interested in more of our content, please like and subscribe below. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and we'll see you next time.